In the midst of the worst pandemic in history, some people are now saying that private gold ownership in the United States could soon be outlawed. Today we're going to take a look at what they're saying, if this could be true, and what the ramifications might be. Welcome to Silver Swing, you guys. So the big news is Crispin Odey, one of Europe's highest profile of hedge managers, just came out with a crazy statement basically saying that he thinks that there's a possibility that the U.S. government might outlaw gold. He's quoted in saying, "It's no surprise that people are buying gold, but the authorities may attempt at some point to demonetize gold, making it illegal to own as a private individual. They will only do this if they feel the need to create a stable unit of account for world trade." All right, so what he's really saying is that like we did in 1933 and some other countries have done in the past 100 years, if the U.S. government feels like hyperinflation is really blowing up in our country, they could take steps to demonetize gold to essentially force people to use the currency that they choose. Presumably that'd be the U.S. dollar, but as we've seen, the Fed is in talks about creating some kind of cryptocurrency, or if the U.S. adopts the Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency that's already in circulation, they could favor that over the U.S. dollar and basically say that you can't own any other currency, kind of forcing the people into the currency path that the U.S. government decides. The U.S. government first did this in 1933, kind of. The government didn't go door to door forcing people to give them the gold, but Franklin Roosevelt did sign Executive Order 6102 on April 5th, 1933, which essentially forbade the hoarding of gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates within the continental United States. Another major confiscation happened in 1959 in Australia. That allowed gold seizures of private citizens if the government determined it was expedient to do so for the protection of their currency or the public credit of the Commonwealth. During this time, we saw a run-up in the price of gold. And perhaps one of the most recognized and kind of talked about ban was Great Britain's gold ban in 1966. Even though they went off the gold standard in 1931, the currency had been falling up until the 60s. And in order to attempt to stem the decline of the pound sterling, 1966, the government banned private citizens from owning more than 4 precious metal coins. The only exception to owning more than 4 coins was to prove you were a collector. This ban lasted 13 years. And during this time, because Great Britain was the size it was, we actually saw the biggest run-up in gold between 1966 and 1979. Every time these confiscations happen, we see a run-up in the global price of gold. And what happens is there's a lot more fear around the world. People don't feel as safe, and people feel in other countries that because the U.S., Australia, England demonetized gold or basically made it illegal to own, that it might happen in their country. So people start buying it, hoarding it, burying it, and hiding it away in case that ever happens. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a possibility? Do you think we're going to see a big run-up in hyperinflation anytime soon? Do you think we'll see rioting if the food supply is cut short or if people aren't able to buy food? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification for more updates on future videos.